In any moment now, we'll be joined by Heather. And since it's just going to be her and I, we should just be able to do just video. Oh, where is she? Is she coming? What's going on up here? Oh, there it is. Let her in. There she is. All right, I need to turn my lights back on now because it's like super creepy. Because I'm like, oh shit, hang on, wait. I forgot I had my microphone muted in up here. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I had my microphone muted, but I have to turn my lights back on because this looks like super creepy. So let me turn my lights on.
Hey. You did. Hey. Cool. That's exciting.
Oh my goodness. What an absolutely wonderful segment with Dina. Thank you very much for being on. But now, ladies and gentlemen, prepare to find your inner center, to prepare to channel all of your inner positivity to end the night. Ladies and gentlemen, joining me is Heather from Sunshine and Powercuts in the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday, I think, or towards the evening. Yep. I forget how many hours you are ahead in New Zealand.
It's 6:30 p.m., so I don't know what that was. Except there's a difference.
So like early evening then. Early evening.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you? How are you doing?
Reaching the end of a long day.
It has been a long day.
Oh, it really is. Oh, I forgot I have this ambient music playing because this trick or treat music Dan found to play behind Dina, so I'll stop that now because it doesn't sound really good. Jillian Holder says hi, Heather. Adam says hi, Heather.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys can see this behind her. She's actually got a board here, but it's backwards because her camera is mirrored.
Oh, crap. Hang on, wait. I'll fix it. Hang on. This always does this to me.
I actually can just add, because I have the image too, so I can just add it right in here. Oh, no, we'll just...
Is that better?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. And
And now it's backwards for me, so...
There we go. So, but yeah, if you want, I could just... Wow, God, that's large. Hang on. You can put this right in here. Now, if you donate $5, Heather is going to sing a song for us. And if you have never listened, I should say, to Heather's show, Heather does a show called Sunshine and Powercuts, where she does 2 types of episodes on her show. So half of them are Sunshine, where she talks about positivity, where she talks about empowerment, where she talks about connecting with nature, and then she talks about Powercuts because you live 100% off the grid.
Yeah, I do. I'm solar powered, so making my own power.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
I won. Here comes the money.
Am I going to jump over in Discord to the on-air chat, or just talk through appear in?
No, you could. Can you guys hear her in stream? As long as they can hear you, I think it should be fine. But no, you're fine because I can hear you, and it should be broadcasting out to the chat. We do have a donation.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
That's 2 donations.
Here comes the
$5. They want to know if you're taking song requests.
No, I'm not. I chose the songs that I was going to sing because I didn't... Yeah.
I think you're probably just going to be singing this entire segment. I feel like that's what the stream is going to want.
For them, I didn't say I was a good singer, so... Yeah.
Before you sing anything, though, would you mind actually, and you sent it to me somewhere. Where do I have it? Was it an email that you sent me, or was it a Twitter message?
It It was an email.
It was an email.
Yeah.
Let me find that email that you sent. Oh, there it is. Haha. All right. So, I've got all sorts of questions that I can ask her. She got some questions from different listeners of her show. I'll ask those in just a little bit here. I think we have to at least honor one of these donation requests for a song. We've got 2 donations in there requesting songs. Thank you very much. Something Geek and Bill.
So I've got Here Comes the Sun, because Sunshine and Powercuts. So this is awesome. Who volunteered me for this one? Nick?
I don't even remember how this came up. We were just randomly having a conversation, and it was like, you know what? You should sing every time they make a donation.
Yeah, thanks. Here comes the sun. Da-da-da-da. Here comes the sun. All right. I've messed up the words already. That's awesome.
Oh, you're wonderful. You're so wonderful. Thank you very, very much for joining us here on the live stream for The Cure. I'm going to ask you one of your questions before we worry about any other songs or anything like that. So this is from Newsreel, which is a podcast in Australia. I think. Is
Not
it a
yet.
podcast?
He's gonna have a podcast hopefully soon. He's looking at doing one. So
Very, very nice. All right.
Yeah.
Where is somewhere you've traveled to that you wouldn't go back to, and where's a place that you would?
So anywhere that I didn't really feel safe would probably be somewhere I wouldn't go back to. That was a tough question, but there are lots of places that I'd love to go back to, and I want to go back to Europe and travel around Italy and England and to Canada, but also I want to go to places that I haven't been, like to the States, and meet all of you guys. That would be amazing.
That would be literal heaven. We're just gonna, if you come stateside, like I feel like there's just a whole group of us that's just gonna kind of kidnap you, and just, you could teach us how to live off the grid.
Yeah, I want to visit Elisa, but she's in Michigan, and she said it's really cloudy there. So I said we couldn't take the off-grid stuff to Michigan. I don't think that would work so well.
Yeah, not here in Binghamton either. It's always really overcast and dreary here. Places Heather wouldn't go: Binghamton, New York. Yes, Dan. Exactly. Adam, I think Adam from Odd Dad Out is floating around. He said you're a fantastic singer, by the way, and I agree with him.
Thanks.
Adam from
Just
Odd
not
Dad
off-
Out.
Just not off the cuff.
He wants to know, what is your favorite movie?
So when I was a kid, he asked if I had one that I could recite from memory, and I used to be able to recite The Lion King when I was a kid, sing all the songs, do all the characters, and that. But one of my favorite movies now is We Were Soldiers, and I can't really read a book on war because it kind of gets a bit heavy. But We Were Soldiers with Mel Gibson is one of my favorites, and I really like just the camaraderie, or Band of Brothers, that series.
I love Band of Brothers. I haven't seen We Were Soldiers in a long time. It's been quite
It's
a few
one that
years
I'd watch
since I
over and
watched
over
that.
again.
Adam says there's lots of sun in Phoenix.
Yeah, there is. Arizona is one of the places. There's another question later, and we'll get to that one. Yeah.
All right, but she has this whole amazing thing like laid out for me, so I don't have to do a lot of work with Heather, because this is how amazing she is. She's like, oh, I've got this whole thing planned. So you've actually got, I have it on the picture that's showing in the stream there that you've got next to you on the board there. But tell us about Downtime Dice.
So here in New Zealand, we've got a couple of cool things that are helping people, like after the Christchurch earthquakes, helping people with getting back on track and feeling good, because that was quite a traumatic event. And so they created these Downtime Dice, which have like little prompts on them when you roll the dice to get ideas of what you could do to take a break. And there's like, listen to music, be creative, slow down and savor the moment, be still. And so they're just a little fun thing to do to remind you to take a break, because we all need a break sometimes. We can get kind of carried away with life and let it all catch up with us. So
it almost sounds like you wrote the quotes that are on the side of that. Just take a moment, be still. And one of the reasons why I when I first found your show, which I believe was through Podcast Share, because of the absolutely amazing Emily. But one of the things that I found when I started listening to your show was just how absolutely amazing it is. Because I think you're kind of, I feel like you're almost like the voice in my head now that tells me, hey, you've got to slow down now. You've got to take a moment to let it all in, to recenter yourself. Especially, I get out in the sun more and I just try to kind of not just be outside in the sun, but really feel the sun. Like, and I owe that to you. And it's because I listen to your show that I try to remember to just breathe sometimes. And I try to remember to just relax sometimes and not be so concerned with everything and just take the time to recenter myself. And I just kind of like recenter myself. And in your show has helped me so much. And I love the Power Cut episodes too. Do not get me wrong. But the Sunshine episodes, they're so amazing. They're literally so amazing. What you do with a microphone is so incredible because it really helps people. It really helps me. It helped me, and I know I speak for other people that are in the chat right now. That it also helped them because it's you give a kind of positivity to people that they may not have within themselves, or that they have but they just need to try to find a way to connect to. And that's a wonderful thing. So I thank you for that because it's amazing. That's why I love your show so much. I really, really do.
Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy it, Nick, and it's been awesome that you've got a lot out of it and that other people have as well. And to be honest, I have too. I've gone back and listened to them and they've really helped me get through some stuff where I've had down moments and needed to be uplifted. So yeah, I'm enjoying them.
And Jillian says, you need to create a meditation app. The voices on Calm or Headspace drive me insane and has the opposite effect. Heather made me more positive. How is she not world famous? I don't know. So basically, what Heather has decided to do is that with the downtime dice, you're going to give them away to the top 3 donors in this segment, correct? So get those donations flowing in because you have a chance to win some downtime dice. We'll probably deal with that more toward the back end of the stream or more toward the back end of the segment. And I think in here, what does it say? It says inspirational quote.
I can give you an inspirational quote. I had a few of those prepared. So one of them is, where is it? Oh man, should have had this ready.
It's like half my day.
A couple of them, I got 2. So one is by Wayne Dyer, and he said, give yourself the gift of nature as often as you can, because one of my favorite things about nature is how fast I feel better, how I feel calm and relaxed, and just gets myself out of whatever else is going on. I sort of notice what's happening around me more. So give yourself the gift of nature as often as you can. And the other one is around me, the trees stir in their leaves and call out, stay a while. And that's by Mary Oliver. So if you listen to the world around you, it can be pretty relaxing too.
Oh, that is wonderful. Yeah. I like that second one especially. Yeah. I think we still had another donation floating around in there. Does anybody else want to hear Heather say? I know we can't just have one more song. Only one more? I'm looking disapprovingly at you, chat.
I've got... What's another song that I picked?
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
A huge shout out to Bandrew Scott. I know you know Bandrew.
Yeah.
$50 donation, and he said,
Holy
"Can
moly.
you sing Still Alive?"
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And the science gets done, and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive.
Oh my god, I love it. How do you not think... I love that voice. I just love it. Oh. Thank you very, very much, Bandrew, from Podcastage. Thank you very much. He's actually got a question coming up here. I'm actually going to skip down to his question right now just because of that amazing donation. Or actually, I think he asked two. But the first one he asked is, who is one dream guest you'd love to have on your podcast?
So that was actually hard because I hadn't thought about that. I've kind of just been open with the idea of I'd love to chat with someone who wants to talk to me. But I would really love to have Aileen from the Lavender Lifestyle podcast on my show because I love what she does with wellness and living, and like I think her tagline is something about being an artist of life, and I would love to have her on. That would be amazing.
Adam from Odd Dad Out says, everyone at his work has fallen in love with you singing that song.
I'm glad yeah, that's good.
And Bandrew also asked, if you could move anywhere in the world but had to remain off the grid, where would it be?
Yeah, so there are like places like Arizona which have lots of sunshine, but wherever I go, I'd have to look at the regulations behind that. And I think I had a look in the States, and if you are completely far away and not able to connect to the grid, it might be possible, but local laws and stuff. So if I was going to stay in New Zealand, I'd move to Nelson or the top of the South Island. And then if I was going to go outside somewhere else in the world, I'd go to Cyprus. I've always wanted to go to Cyprus since I was little, and it's good temperate climate all year, but lots of sunshine hours. So that's where I would go.
Cyprus. Oh, I'd love to visit Cyprus. And it's just beautiful there. What the hell? Bill, what did you do? Oh, did Bill clip? I think Bill clipped you singing. So there's now a clip of you singing on the Twitch channel.
Good.
Thank you very, very much, Bill. Oh, my goodness. Tim from USA. He says, as you know, he's a guitarist, a bass guitarist, and he dabbles in singing / vocals.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Here comes the money.
You just donated $100 to the live stream for the Cure, Heather. So thank you very, very, very much. I really, really appreciate it. And you have officially put us over $2,000. We are now $2,083.66. Bill, round that off. Bill's been rounding it off. Bill hates the change in the numbers and stuff in there. Thank you very, very much for the amazing, amazing, generous donation, Heather. 41.5% of the way toward our goal on day one. On day one, we're almost halfway there. I can't wait.
Awesome.
We've got 2 more days, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for putting this all together, Nick. It's amazing.
Oh, I love it.
And I wanted to be a little light in the dark because it's 2:30 or nearly 3 o'clock your time. So
this was, and we had Dina come in and she tells those absolutely amazing stories and turn the lights out and get the spooky music going in the stream and everything like that. And then it's perfect to kind of end on an upswing. It's really, really amazing. Dean says, whoa, we're halfway there. Almost halfway there. Tim said, let me see. Oh, as you know, I'm a guitarist, bass guitarist, and I dabble in singing / screaming vocals. I often find music is a key component to my well-being. Do you feel that music helps your self-health? And if so, what sort of music do you turn to when you need a boost or when you need a reset?
So music is really important to me. Like, I listen to music a lot, and I definitely listen to different playlists for different moods. When I need a bit of a pick-me-up, I'll listen to something that's quite upbeat and positive. And when I was doing the Sunshine Summit, Oh Honey were a band that I was listening to because they were just upbeat and fun. And then I also like listening to Enya classical music when I need something to sort of...
Here we go.
And it is definitely something that helps my well-being.
And Bill just rounded off the number in the stream, so we're now at 2090 because he couldn't do the change. Enya, I love Enya. I love listening to Enya. It's so it kind of like the opening of your show, like that opening of the Sunshine episodes. Anyway, of course you do Beethoven on the Power Cut episodes, and I love Beethoven. But I love like when the Sunshine episodes open, it's just that. Thank you very, very much for your $20 donation, Dina Marie. You're actually, are you going to give yourself a thing of the downtime dice because you're so far the donation leader in your own segment?
No, I've already got some.
Thank you very, very much, Dina. I absolutely love you. Thank you for being on the live stream for The Cure. 2110, 42% of the way there. This year has been like, it amazed me how quickly we surpassed last year, like what we raised last year. And I haven't gone in and done the math of it yet, but we have to remember as well that the Cancer Research Institute is matching dollar for dollar everything that's being donated here. So if you really think about it, and I think early donations before May totaled somewhere in like I don't know how much exactly, but we've probably raised, when you double it up, probably like $3,000 today.
That's
when you double everything, which
that is so cool.
Oh, and we've still got 12 hours tomorrow. Actually, 12 plus, because God knows how late Loot Quest is going to run. And on Sunday, we've got 8 hours to finish it off, and there's still a lot of just absolutely amazing guests. Amazing guests that Adam, Dead Out, he's floating around in the chat. He's going to be joining us on Sunday. Nice guy Adam. Hashtag nice guy Adam.
Nice guy Adam. Yeah.
No matter how much he wants to fight it, we're absolutely not going to take that away from him. Let me see here. Tim also asked.
Yeah.
Your Sunshine podcasts are such a calming and soothing listen. Yes, they are. Well, your Power Cut podcasts are so informative. What made you decide to do a podcast with two themes?
When I'd thought of a name for what I wanted to call my book, I'd chosen Sunshine and Powercuts. And that's because I rely on the sun for power, and then I have power cuts when there isn't enough. And so that kind of lends itself to two different ideas. And the Sunshine one's naturally light, bright, and motivational, and I needed something to pick me up. So that was my avenue for that. And then the power cut ones, that sort of aligns more with living off the grid, and I thought I could share my stories of what it's been like over the last 6 years. So in December of this year, I'm coming up 7 years of life off the grid, and yeah, many more stories to tell. Yeah.
All right, and I actually just tallied it up. $240 was our pre-May donation amount. So really, like, in terms of doubling it, we've really raised more, probably like $3,600, give or take. I don't know. I love it. I love it so much.
The merch is good too.
Redbubble made me so mad because I actually found out that, like, the way that they have the layout thing on their screen is it defaults the logo on the end of the cup like that. Yeah. And Bill asked me the other day, he's like, why can't it be on the side of the cup? And I'm like, you can't, because it's only allows you to put it in the center thing. Well, that's I was playing around with it today, and I found out that you could move it to one side or the other. And I was really, really upset when I found that out, because I was just like, so I could have had it on the side of the cup the whole time. But I just didn't know that I could. We also had another $5 donation from Interrupted Tales. Thank you very, very, very much for throwing in another $5 donation. I think before Heather goes, I think we need another song from her.
Mm-hmm. So the one of other ones that I've got is "Call on Me" by Starlee. I really like her. I think she's in Australia, but she sounds kind of British. But she's got a song called "Call on Me," and it goes, "When you're weary, when the road is dark, I'll guide you with the beating of my heart. And if the Calvary and the help don't come, well, I'll find a way to dodge a smoking gun. That's just the pre-bit before the chorus. So, yeah.
All right, well, Heather, I've got some more questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
And these are from Elisa Lucas, who does the Best Forevers podcast, which is such a wonderful podcast. I'm so glad that I found that podcast through the Sunshine Summit that you did, which was such an amazing event. It's such an amazing event. I'm losing the power of speech at this point.
You're doing well.
Such an amazing event. So thank you very, very much for putting that event on. But she asked 2 questions. First one was, what book has been most impactful in your life?
So I read a lot of books, and this was another hard question that I wasn't quite sure, but I found one that is my favorite, and it's called The Boy on a Page, and it's actually a children's book, but I found it in a bookshop, and it's basically about the meaning of life, and he's a boy on a page, and as it goes through the book, his world builds up around him, and by the end of the book, he's kind of thinking, well, what's the point of all of this? And so he tries to jump off the page. And then he bounces right back because there is nowhere to go from there. And what he sees when he comes back is all of the things that he loves, all of the beautiful things in the world around him. And it was an awesome story.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Mm. And she also asked, what is your favorite part about nature?
How fast I feel good when I'm out in it. So I love going out there, and I love like looking at the mountains. My house faces them, so I get to see the light on the hills every day, even if I'm not outside. I love feeling the wind on my skin, the sun on my skin. I love listening to the trees and the birds and the river flow past. I love it. I love it all. It feels so good to be out there. So
I want you guys to look at this over in the stream. I'm going to post up. This is an image that Heather took when she bought her Livestream for the Cure mug. And I know it's kind of hogging up space in the chat there, so I'm going to try to move it around there. But just the just utter tranquility of that. And then, of course, the Livestream for the Cure mug in the foreground, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you very, very much for supporting not only the stream, but also the merchandise as well. That's really, really amazing. But I love just the absolute serenity of that scene. Just perfect.
Yeah, when anyone comes to visit, they always say that they feel well rested and at peace when they come to visit because it is quiet and calm and beautiful views and stuff. And the weather wasn't that perfect that day, but yeah, I look out across at those hills and it's just incredible.
Oh, you're amazing.
Thank you.
You're one of the podcasts that I absolutely have to include in my rotation, just because I do sometimes tend to slip down into negativity a little bit more. It's part of the nature of my podcast. I gotta criticize films and stuff like that, but more than that, like I needed that positivity in my life, and I found it when I found your show. So I absolutely appreciate that. Can you please tell everybody who's listening, and I know they all love you anyway because you're you, but tell them where they can find the Sunshine and Powercuts podcast and about anything fun that you might have coming up in the future.
I'm glad they still love me after terribly singing on this live stream. But you can find me at sunshineandpowercuts.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram mainly, which is at sunpowerpod. And in August this year, I'm going to be hosting the second Sunshine Summit. So we did one in March, which Nick, thank you so much for joining me on. Adam and Emily came along, and Bandrew as well. So I am going to do another one in August.
It was absolutely so much fun. And the winners, I guess we can announce the winners of you said you have how many pairs of downtime dice to give away?
3
pairs of downtime dice. So this is what we got. Lead donators for your segment.
Not me.
Besides you. Bandrew Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Dina Marie.
Yay.
And Bill Sutton.
Cool.
Donating to round off the chat. Weirdly enough. So, yeah.
Thank you so much to everyone who donated. That's awesome.
Absolutely. Every single person that has donated today, every single person that has listened, every single person that has watched, every single person that has stopped by, shared, retweeted, talked about, played the promo on their shows. This event, this year, I really threw myself in this year versus last year. Last year, it was a hard event to plan, and last year I worked really hard to plan it. But this year was like 10 times.
Yeah.
Like 10 times more work, but it's been 10 times more rewarding, I think, because I've had so many more amazing. I think I've had more guests just today, like probably like 3 times more guests than I had all last year. Like, it was a lot of people that are very amazing and very supportive, but we were a smaller operation then, or whatever the case may be. I don't know.